Peace, love, and hair grease. Shout out to my 144,000, my kings and queens, my brothers and sisters of this universe. Yeah, I really didn't like. It took me a while to see what I'm gonna talk about and how I'm gonna. But I just figured like, cause I'm just like I freestyle things. I just go off top and. But I thought that'll just talking about this and that or just you know. So I'm gonna start doing more videos where I'm gonna break things down in order. Like I'm doing this one for you, so you could really know who I am and why I'm here and why I appreciate you so much. Cause I feel like you're one of the only of a few souls that understands and understands and overstands my life, my purpose, and what I'm going through. So much love and respect. You are appreciated. I just want to say, first off, when you know how the Most High God made you and when you unplug and untap from this matrix, from everything you were taught from, from your parents, from society, from the world, from school, there comes a time, you know, and I've been here before. Like I've been in my power before. I want to say a few times, but one time I was just so tapped in that it freaked me out. Like it freaked me. It freaked me out because I thought somebody close to me was gonna get sacrificed. Because it was just like, I'm like, how was this happening all so naturally and easily? But now that I thought about it, that was just the evil powers that be that were using somebody within the community, within this Masonic community where I reside in, that realized, oh, he really tapped in. And they didn't want me to know my true power, my true self, and, you know, live out my birthright, my purpose that the Most High assigned me to do and to be. So with that being said, I'm very intuitive. I don't mean to make this about me, but my channel is Merciful Merced Memoirs. Memoirs is the memories. Like, I remember these things. I'm just giving you, like, brief stories or scenarios of who I am, what I've been through, and why I'm still here, and how I'm going to continue to be here until I finish the purpose that my father has assigned me to do. So I'm very intuitive. I'm very like I know the secrets of the world, of the universe. You know, some people have to join societies. Become a Freemason to learn this knowledge. When you know, God was like, excuse me, you were born with it. You don't gotta join. You don't gotta conform. It's already in you. I'm gonna show you these things though, so you can see. I'm gonna show you the battle, the spiritual war between good and evil. And you're gonna go through a lot of hardships, a lot of trials and tribulations because I blessed you, I gave you. And I'm not, hey, words are powerful. This is not be less. I gave you a very powerful, pure heart. You're a pure soul, but you are very powerful and mighty. I'm telling y'all this humbly, with confidence though. Meaning that I used to think like, why is Puerto Rico considered, get behind me, devil, a commonwealth of the United States? Out of all the other islands in the Caribbean, why the most tiny island, Puerto Rico? Spirit was like, it was Atlantis once upon a time. Period. So the US knows the power. They know what's under that water, under the ocean there, beneath us, under the Atlantic. At first I was just like, oh, it's just the resources and where it's located. Yeah, true. You know, with import, export, and but why us? Why something so, why a tiny island that's very beautiful and rich, very fruitful? Why were we chosen to be a US Commonwealth? We were Atlantis once upon a time. It's underneath there. So with that being said, me being born over there, you know, and being brought over here, my mother, hey mom, I'm just telling the, you know, it is what it is. Much love and shout out respect to you. My mother brought me over here. She was going through a midlife crisis at a time, at a real young age. And she lived with my dad's parents. And my mom just went through something. I feel she, like, now looking at it, she was going through a spiritual awakening. I feel that the Most High was showing her, you know, look who's around you. Because my mom didn't have a strong family dynamics like my father had, you know, with the mother and the father and the order, the structure, you know, like my mom basically had to raise herself, you know. So it's like my dad's parents like frowned upon her. They didn't really like, look, why you with her and all this and that. But my dad was in love. Like he saw something in my mom. That's why I say my mom she's a beautiful, strong, powerful woman to the Most High to me, in my eyes and in God's eyes. And my mom just, you know, like they was just treating her like, they just like had pity for her when like they didn't know how powerful and how God chose her. But my dad did. He saw something. So my mom low key, I think that's when her mom was passing away. My mom saved up money. She sold her washer and dryer. And she brought me here to the United States, here in Michigan, without my dad's consent. And the person that was waiting for her over here was her brother, which in that time, he was already, I want to say he was in the Air Force. he met because what I'm learning, it's not what you know, it's who you know, or who knows you, based on your abilities and how you handle things. My my mom's brother, excuse me, he had a good job with this booming furniture company called Steelcase. You know how you got GM in Detroit or whatever. Steelcase was like the version of General Motors here in where I'm at. So she always tell me. I remember I got off that. My mom was like, during that time she lost so much weight she couldn't eat. She was just, you know, she said every time she ate it just ran out of her. Like she was like hesitant, like, do I do this or what? You know? And like I said, it wasn't like I was getting abused or she was getting abused. She was getting more abused spiritually, getting attacked spiritually by my dad's side. And not from my grandfather. From my dad's dad. I'm gonna let that note be known right now. That's where I really get my melanation from, is from my dad's dad. He was a brown skinned Puerto Rican. Not super dark or not light, but he had some good melanin in him. And yeah, she came here. I remember we lived in this apartment, and I never forget. One day my mama, she was bathing me. I was in the tub. She, bathing me on her knees, just talking to me like you know. And I never forget, her brother just started screaming at her, just yelling at her. I don't know. I can't remember what. I just remember my mom like crying while she was bathing me. Like, she was fucked up. Like her brother had I don't know, bipolar or whatever. One minute he was cool, the other minute, But I never forget that moment. Fast forward. Reason why I'm telling you this story like this and I'm going to hurry it up is because this is how, in this state I'm in Michigan, this is how I got in the system. Like, meaning the Masonic Society, the Masonic Code. Like, oh, really? That's who this is? Because, like I say, when you're chosen, they already know your blood at birth. They got the time, the date you were born, everything. Right? So, my dad's parents hired a private investigator to locate us. And they located us based on my mom was working over here when she got here. So, tracked her by her soul, whoop-de-wah. But I also want to say it's pictures, because if you got a private investigator behind you, they're taking pictures. And yeah, so my parents reunited, and they made things work out until the 6th grade, I had a nice life, y'all. I can't complain. I've seen a lot within my mom and dad. But I really I just want to say, like I said before, they were social workers for the community, you know. And I want to say this: our first house, yo, our only house together as a family. The whole kitchen theme was black and white. The floor was chess, like, like a checkerboard, but it was chess. I'd be like, man, how you? So it's like low key. We had little Masonic tendencies ourselves. Black and white, yo. It was beautiful. Very blessed, very fortunate. But overall, as my parents' relationship digressed, now that I'm older and I realize and I understand spiritual warfare, I see who were the attackers, where the jealousy and the envy and the hate came from, based on who we were as a family and how we as Puerto Ricans we came into, like, honestly, I'll just say this here where I'm at. This is not a place for the tribes, anybody of the 12 tribes. This is not a place for melanated people, Puerto Ricans. Like, no, this is just for straight pagan Europe. This is straight for white people. They got all the land. They got, yeah. And we just got a little section of this and this. But it's cool now that I look at it. Like, I mingle with the, because being rich is a mindset. It's cool, but it's not cool. And that's why I'm here, because I'm finna change that. I'm gonna change it. And just coming here, like I said, my mom she worked where she worked at. There was a Hispanic school right across the street, but it was super bad at the time. Like, she used to tell me, like, you're not going there. My mom sent me to daycare in the hood. She, like, I feel like, I know the Most High, he had my whole life. He's got my whole life written out. He knows deep down inside that I love brown skin. I love Judah, yo. I'm attracted to brown skin. So I went to the United Methodist Community House. And I just fell in love. Never forget the first day I went, I cried so hard. And I remember Rock, big heavy set guy. He sat me on his knee. He was like, man, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. I had attachment issues then. But Rock took care of me, man. He made sure I was good. And I stayed there from a Care Bear all the way to a latchkey, like from 5 years old all the way to 12 or 11, Right by the Methodist, there was a school southeast. Like I said, this is just a black school, Fell in love with this light-skinned thing who had a big old birthmark on her cheek. I remember I just used to stare at her. But yeah, man. The reason why I'm saying that is because Judah come first. The Most High wasn't pale skinned. I always say that. We were taught wrong. I think I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. It's kind of like on the movie Gladiator with Denzel Washington. The real gladiator won white. I'm not gonna ruin the second movie for you, but yeah, they switched the roles. Something to think about. But I fell in love with brown skin, and that's why my daughter is half black and half Puerto Rican. Glory be to God. My choice, my flavor, my preference. Appreciate y'all for listening. Stay tuned. But yeah, ever since I came here, and they hired that private investigator. I got in the system and they had tabs on me already off rip. Not only me, but obviously my family. They was watching our every move. Keep watching, y'all, cause they got my phone tapped. But it don't matter. You already know how this gonna end. I do. Shalom.